Yo, what's up everybody? You can tell by this same screen you've seen a couple of times now that we're back with Erica. Also, it kind of, like, says it, like, right there in front of you, so that kind of is a giveaway. Also, you clicked on the thumbnail that said something about Erica. I think you were aware of what you were clicking on. At least I hope so. Now, before we get too deep into this mess, I got some things I gotta tell you. This run through is gonna be a little bit different than the other ones because this is the point where I'm gonna try to do different choices here and there, but of course I'm gonna skip things that you've already seen that unfortunately I can't skip for myself. But I'm gonna skip things that you've already seen. This time through, I have learned from my mistakes. My mistakes I made twice in a row, thinking I was going to be Tobi's BFF, and I ended up being Kirsty's BFF. Which was fine, I just wish I could have committed harder to being her BFF. I just didn't realize that's what I was doing at the time. I had a suspicion with how much time I was spending with her that that's what I was doing. Either way, we're going to try to do that, and instead of just being mean to everybody, we're going to try to just select options I haven't selected before and see what happens. Now, with that being said, I do remember that you cannot see the trophies I get at the end. For some reason, that's not a thing that happens in on the PlayStation. So last time we managed to get non-compliance, which means we everything Sergeant Blake told us to do, we refused to do. We did the opposite of what he told us to do, so we were definitely not compliant with him, which made me laugh really hard when I saw that achievement. I was just like, oh yeah, I did. Everything he told me not to do, I did. Every fucking time. We also got Fallout Girl, which we'll bring back up here in a moment because I have some theories to go over. Which means we managed to upset both Hannah. Well, not all three. Hannah, Kirsty, and Tobi. We pissed all of them off at one point throughout the playthrough. Hannah, obviously, we pissed off when we're just like, no, I don't want this thing you're trying to give me, which we didn't, to be fair. Kirsty, we pissed off when we decided to walk right through a place she was cleaning. She was not happy about that. And Tobi, I believe we upset. I mean, we just upset her by existing, really, if we're being honest. But I think we upset her when we asked to borrow smoke, and or when we tried to be her friend. She probably didn't like her for that. It was one of those two situations I mentioned that we upset her and or annoyed her. So that was interesting. Also, of course, we got the prisoner ending, which you get achievement for each of your different types of endings. I don't know if we got any other ones, but what I've been doing, because as I've mentioned a couple times now, if you've been watching, then you are dedicated to finding out the truth, the answers. I don't know if we'll get the truth, but trying to get the best answers we can, and in the spirit of that, because I have all these, sometimes after I play these, I'll have these ideas bouncing around my head, and so I've started, so I don't forget them, I've started writing them down. So far I got a page and a half. Because I believe if we're going to try to come to a logical conclusion, because I do plan on getting every single trophy, so we can try to get every possible dialogue, see every possible outcome. To try to be detectives ourselves and try to suss this out. And I gotta tell you, the more I've been writing, the more it's leaning towards Erica's crazy, and this is all her. the more I'm leaning towards that. It's not looking good for Erica, but let me just quickly, well, as quickly as I can, that's a page and a half, jot out some of these ideas that I'm having here. The first thing I wrote down is that her father's death is still a mystery to me, but is if those documents were not doctored, then it is confirmed that he died after Mia's overdose. So if he, if he died, and I don't think I wrote this down, so I'm gonna have to talk about this here. If he did die, it wasn't Mia. Well, he did die. But if Mia is dead, then it wasn't her that killed him. Which, the only logical conclusion that I've come to of why Erica would kill her own father is, and I think I wrote this down somewhere later about her being potentially, yes, it's much later here. So I guess I'll go with this one now. Because I'm talking about still no motive to kill her father, suspected schizophrenic or mental personality disorder. That's the only thing I could think of. She may have adopted Mia Green as another personality. The way she kind of pops in and out of the frame, and you never see her come, you never see her leave. So my only guess is that she was a mental patient since birth. Maybe something went wrong, because they haven't mentioned how your mother died. They never tell you that so far. So my guess is possibly she died during birth. That could have caused some abnormalities during the childbirth to Erica. It could have caused some kind of disorder, some kind of mental issues, or just the shock of losing her mother could have affected her psyche in some way or form. I think she might be schizophrenic or have multiple personalities, and she was living in Delphi House with her father, and it's very possible that one night she just lost it. Like, she snapped into a bad personality and just killed her father, and was not suspected because she was a little girl. Who would suspect a little daughter to kill her father with no motive whatsoever? You know? Especially when you're like, I saw someone come in and kill him, and she came back and then didn't kill me. You know, there's that. So that's the only possible link I can find between her murdering her own father. Is I would have to feel that it was outside of her own head and her own realm, kind of like those girls in that whole movie they made about the Slender Man. Well, those two girls. Oh, that one girl especially. The other girl was just kind of along for the ride and got way more than she asked for. But that one girl kind of, like, I think she was schizophrenic or whatever, which honestly her father should have known because he's schizophrenic, and fucking he should have been on the lookout for that behavior from his own daughter. He's kind of a fucking idiot, but whatever. And she just thought that this is what I need to do and just went to town stabbing. I think it could be that. It's very possible. There's also right here, Steinbeck, the dude, the German dude, as they call him, with the insignia on his arm that gets ripped off later when he's dead. I'm actually thinking there's a possible link between that death and the bruise on her stomach. Now, I need to check when I'm going through here again to see if the timeline overlaps. But I'm thinking that she might have killed Erica might have killed Steinbeck, and there was a struggle, and that's why she has that bruise that's not talked about. But because she has been alone with every body that has died. With Sergeant Blake, every time Sergeant Blake dies, she's alone with him. And wherever he is, every time he dies, she's alone with him. She was alone with the chief detective, the chief investigator. When he died, she straight up killed Lucian. You got to see that. She threatened to kill Ballard. She's always been alone with the bodies when they die. So my thought is that she might have killed Steinbeck, and that might be the relation to the bruise on her stomach when she wakes up that morning. And the fact that she's woken up like alone in a field. She might have had some kind of episode. Somehow, this is the part I don't understand. How would she get Steinbeck's body out of Delphi, unnoticed, drive it to her, and get into her neighbor's apartment without anybody noticing her? Since the place is kind of on lockdown security detail, how could she get the body out into his apartment? And it's also in driving distance, because they had to drive there and they had to drive back every time they've ever gone there. So how would she drive and no cop would notice that this young teenage girl who doesn't look like she's old enough to drive is driving a car when no one lets her drive at all at any point? So that's a little suspicious, but I'm wondering if the timeline matches up, because if she did kill Steinbeck and somehow get his body out of there, or if she, like, again, she had a gun. Some of these things I've forgotten to write down. She had a gun on her. If Mia did not exist, as it's claiming she did not, that means she just possessed a gun at all times. It's very possible she put a gun to his head and say, "Hey, we're leaving in the middle of the night. Like, you're gonna drive me back to my place." And he was at gunpoint, so he did it. And it's very possible there's a moment where there's a scuffle and he tried to fight her back and she shot him. This is very possible. And I'm gonna switch to that one because it came up here. The AJ dude, Jahar, who died in the beginning. Like, you never hear about him, but she did live in Delphi House. Chances are she knew who this AJ dude was. So there's a chance that she killed him before the first episode of this even starts. It's very possible that she did that too. So the death on the last night occurred when she didn't enter Delphi House through that location. It still occurred. You know, when Mia or you kill him, that security guard, when you bust him back in, even if you don't enter with Maya because you're like, no, I'm going back alone, that guy still is dead. But if that's the way they entered, they both entered through this, what seems like the front door. So I always thought that was in the backyard, but I think that might be the front yard. And so it's very possible she killed him on the way back in, but which is weird because she had no reason to kill him on the way back in. She could just walk back in. You know, no one's gonna stop her. So I don't know why she would do that. I don't know. So we have 3 girls here: Kirsty, Hannah, and Tobi. And I'm pretty positive, this one seems pretty confirmed, that they represent the fox, the rabbit, and the deer. Kirsty, as you mentioned, likes the bunny the most. She clearly represents the rabbit. And if you remember the signature we did with Kirsty, it was a deer picture that we signed for Hannah, for, you know, a get well soon card kind of thing. So I think honestly Hannah kind of represents the deer, 'cause she's kind of like that innocent bystander, kind of like a deer is, you know, when you're caught in the headlights. And though they don't really relate Tobi and the fox a whole lot, I kind of think that out of a rabbit and a deer and a fox, the fox is the only one that's actually a predator that actually eats meat. So I think it's fair to say that a fox would be more kind of more aggressive by nature, and I think that that's why it's pointing towards Tobi as being the fox, the fox. And this is highlighted in the Fallout Girl, which says upset Kirsty, Tobi, and Hannah. It shows the picture of the 3 masks, so I'm pretty sure that that's pretty common knowledge at the point that you know. And this could mean, when they say that, you know, they always take 3, a rabbit, a fox, and a deer. This means that they could be the 3 ones that would be taken in the case of this cult situation, and kind of forced to do this. As Kirsty said, they come through her room if she doesn't behave. Or, I mean, it could mean that Erica is associating these three girls with this in her head, and it's not real. Again, it could be either way, because we saw that the mask exists. Like, she walked in and she saw the mask and put one on. But as I mentioned here, it could just be decoration. You know, the mask could just be decoration, and it could have nothing to do with this, and she's just seen these masks and associates these 3 girls with this kind of this tale in her own head. to try to make the cult make sense to herself, I guess. I don't know. And as I've mentioned many times before, where would all these cultists even live? Are they patients of the faculty members, or are they supposed to just stay underground at all times in this place? Doesn't seem very likely. Doesn't seem very. All the signs are kind of pointing towards it doesn't exist, but it is a possibility. You never know. Okay, almost there, I promise. So, as I mentioned, as Sergeant Blake mentioned, the Oriander is a hallucinogen. It causes hallucinations. And at the butterfly ending, when you put on the mask, the only time that the hole in there reveals itself, and when you go through the whole thing, you huff that shit, and you start hallucinating. But when you do the prisoner ending, you see Maya at the end, you know, with blood all down her nose and stuff, and she's all talking to you shit as a nurse. And that's when you're sedated and under medications. Which this is leaning closer to the theory that it's just all on Erica's head. I don't know. It's not looking good for Erica. We're just putting that one out there. And the last note here that I have, and I'm thinking this is going to have to be its own fucking video, so you guys can choose to skip the video if you want. Why did the chief investigator want to talk to her? Why did he seem nervous? Why did he seem really nervous and want to talk to her? And what was up with all those numbers in AJ, who was the severed hand from the beginning, Mr. Johar? Why did he have his notebook? And what was with all those numbers? That's kind of weird. I'm not sure what was up with that. I don't know. You also never see AJ. How would Erica know him and want to kill him? However, she did. Yeah, this is one thing that we're going to note in the beginning here. Something that, like, I saw and I just kind of chopped it up to, you know, like, she's traumatized. So she just kind of draws this out of necessity or something. I don't know. But now that I think about it, a lot of the drawings in her house, especially at the very beginning, not only are they creepy and weird and kind of messed up like you'd see in a horror film, but she also draws a lot of hands. A lot of just hand and arm. You know? All of the hands, she does draw a bunch of hands and arms detached and stuff. It is possible that she chopped off his hand and then started drawing it. This potentially a separate personality, a schizophrenic episode. It cut off the hand and then was so obsessed about it, had to draw it. And then sent it to herself, I guess. So, yeah, why does she have so many creepy drawings in her house? And she can't seem to let go of the past and keeps drawing her dad's mutilated chest, which is weird. You think it would be something you'd want to forget, yet she keeps drawing his chest in detail. Even got the nips in there for whatever fucking reason. That's weird. That's odd. that is unusual. So, we're gonna start this playthrough. I'm gonna be skipping certain parts, but I'm gonna try to explore different locations that I haven't. I'm going to try to avoid getting a phone call from Mia the entire time, seeing if it's possible to avoid answering the phone from Mia at every single point to see if Mia doesn't show up, if it is possible to avoid the phone call. I'm very interested to see if I can get it so Mia doesn't show up at all. So we're gonna see what we can do. Alright, let's get this bad boy started. I'm gonna skip the beginning here. I'm gonna pick the pregnancy picture as my favorite picture, just to see if anything different happens or if it gives me a achievement of some kind. But yeah, I'm gonna skip the beginning because we've seen it a million times. Alright, what option have we not picked yet? I know I did reassure, let it go. I want to face it. Let's see what happens when we face it.
It was all your fault.
was that the option? Look at that. You see hands, severed hands, butterfly, eyes, so far. Can I ignore it if I don't flip the thing? No, I have to flip the thing. This time I'm actually not going to open the door. I want to have no interactions with Mia whatsoever. I want to pretend like this character does not exist. So we can see if she doesn't show up or not. We're going to secure. Oh, she still opens the door. I do not want to interact with her. Okay. Well, I still interacted with her in some way. Good to know that you can't ignore her ever. Again, he draws his nips. Why do you draw your dad's nips?
Sergeant Blake.
It's weird.
The lead investigator on this case.
Look at the pictures in the background. If Blake moves, you can see the hands behind him. Looks like a multiple doorway situation.
I promise I'll give it back.
I can just hand it over. Yeah. You see the handprints back there. I think that's related, man.
It's Greek.
Oh, I also want to note it here. That scene, if you don't move the thing so you can see your. Also, Sergeant Blake has a nice ass, by the way. I'm just noticing that. If you don't move the screen, you can see that the only way to get into this front door at the moment is there is a card. There's a key card required here to get inside. That might mean that the reason she killed the guard, if Erica killed the guard, I'm kind of leaning towards that way, that she's murdering everybody, but maybe she did that so she could get back inside the house undetected. I don't know. Alright. This time, I'm not going to go to the masks. I'm going to go to the shadows that are moving over here. I want to see what happens if I go in there. I assume that's where Steinbeck is. But I haven't ventured over there yet. I'm sure I can put on one of the other masks. And I don't know if that would have a different outcome or effect. But I definitely want to go investigate over here. Because I haven't done that yet.
Lucien says this is a bad time for you to come and see her. We're in an important stage of her treatment. It's just not right.
I don't care what he says. I want to see her. He gave me his word.
You need to calm down. You're tired, emotional.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Rosa. People are dying. They took his hand. We have nothing. No prints, no witnesses. We don't even know they got in.
What are you doing? There's no note.
That was weird.
No record of her anywhere.
So they're a little bit on edge because Jahar died. That didn't tell me anything, but it did say people are dying. We don't know how they got in.
He's a creep.
It's late.
We're a headache. He's got every reason to be on edge.
I didn't know that was the mean choice.
I'm Sergeant Blake. I'm leading the investigation.
Ooh, now it's focusing. It was focusing on Erica's face there.
I can only apologise. We're all a bit nervous here.
Oh, she was talking to
Sergeant
the
Blake,
investigator.
I'm
That's
Rosa
right.
Ballard. I suppose you already know the Chief Inspector?
Sir, this is Erica Mason.
I'm sorry we're meeting in such difficult circumstances. Is there anything we can do to make you feel at home?
I never said things last time, so.
It's okay. I appreciate what everyone's doing.
Come on. I'll show you the way.
Okay, So they were whispering. I mean, next time I'll have to open the door, because I didn't want to open the door because I was afraid that if I opened the door, they would notice me, be like, "Oh, hey," and stop whatever conversation they were having. So I wanted them to continue with the conversation, obviously. But if those two were chit-chatting, and he said that, you know, people are dying, and Jahar died, and when he mentioned he seemed nervous when he was saying, like, we need to talk, and he had the fucking symbol on him and Jahar's notebook, which kind of makes sense that he would have Jahar's notebook if he's the lead investigator. He might have it, but that should be evidence. He shouldn't have that himself. So he's doing something wrong, and why? Why is he doing something wrong? Next time I'll have to open the door. See if I can find out.
I suppose you don't
I did not
remember me.
expect that to happen. I thought I'd just open the door and Steinbeck would be there.
Worked
He'd be
with
like,
your
hey, what the fuck are you
father.
doing? That was
I
not
used to
what
look
I...
after you when you were little.
You knew my parents.
Of course. Your dad taught me everything I know. And your mum, she was incredible. Brilliant nurse. So smart. Funny. Anyway.
I like how the conversation goes differently if you talk about your parents. Besides that, I don't
I
remember.
recognize it.
When it's I don't remember, you're just like, I used to be hot, you know, shit. What happened? The years went by.
Mr. Steinbeck, the night manager, will be downstairs if you need anything.
Alright, I wanted to investigate this bruising on her stomach. I want to see if it looks like anything, because I just noticed it was a bruise. I've never actually focused and honed in on what it looks like. If it looks like a hand, if it looks like an arm, if it looks like a blunt weapon. It looks like she got punched in the stomach, maybe. There's no knuckle prints. And when she sees it, when she sees that bruise, she just had that flash like she had before she killed Lucian. That might mean that occurred when she was hurting someone.
No. Not the carpet. It's clean.
I'll be nice to Toby, or to Christy, because I like her.
Kirsty?
See, she's happy with
Kirsty,
me.
I said you can help, but I need to be with you, okay? We talked about this. No cleaning without supervision.
Oh, she likes me. Kirsty likes me. Yeah. That's kind of proving my point. And I'm pretty sure... It seems a little delayed from what we've seen Steinbeck. I'm gonna ask one, because I don't want to confront her.
Can I have one?
No. Hey, Deathwatch.
Oh.
Over here.
Again, I want to use the confront option and like she's a mean girl option.
Hurry up and die, Hannah. I'm doing my best.
What are you playing?
I guess technically I don't have to.
Aria for Delphi by.
I don't have to make options sometimes. I can be
some
silent.
guy.
I do want to do a
Don't
run
know.
to see what happens if I just don't.
I've never heard of
If
him.
I have the option, I just don't say anything to anyone.
Here.
Just
Take a seat,
completely
let me
silent
say
the whole
something.
way through. And I probably should have done it on this one, but
See this bit? It's simple. 4 notes.
I don't want to be mean to Toby yet, because I want to be her best friend. But I do want to see the mean girl options and stuff, you know.
I'll do the rest.
Just want to see what would happen if I just kept rapid pushing the button. Can I not give her a tissue? What happens if I don't give her a tissue? She's bleeding out, people! Alright, I moved forward to give her a tissue. Attempt to give her a tissue, it didn't work.
What are you doing?
Fuck off, Kirsty!
Fucking go. No, 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 no cleaning! No cleaning without supervision!
Kirsty! It's okay. They won't mind.
I've done that one before.
No, 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 no. Don't. No, you
I think there's only one I
It's
haven't
not
done,
loud.
but...
No, Kirsty, calm down! Calm down! Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off!
Just
Get off! Get off! Get off!
Stop struggling. You're making it worse.
Okay, Toby. It's okay. Sergeant Blake's here. Needed in the main office.
Last night, the man on the desk.
Mr. Steinbeck, yes. I believe he was rather rude. I can only apologize. I'll be speaking to him personally.
He wasn't rude this time.
I know it's very difficult for you to be here. And it's not much, but I brought you something.
Alright. I just kinda want to push towards I don't like
It's your
Steinbeck
father's. Your
to
mother
see
gave
if
it to him on
something
their
will
wedding
come up
day.
that maybe I'm involved somehow. But as I was saying about that bruise, I didn't see any lines as if fingers making contact with flesh, but it did seem like the right oval,
I just
roundish, ovalish shape, as if she just got socked square
Sorry
or
about that.
like thrusted. Something hit her square in the stomach. It could have been an object, could have been a fist, a palm shove.
Erica, it's extremely likely whoever killed your father killed Mr. Johar.
It is extremely likely.
There may be some other victims as well that we don't know about.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Honestly, we don't have much to go on.
But Mr. Flowers has a suggestion. It might help you remember the face of your father's killer.
What are you asking?
Okay, there we go.
It's like therapy. It was developed by your father. It's completely painless. Perfectly safe.
Gotta hesitate at first. Because I haven't done that before.
Please. There are too many similarities with your father's case for it to be a coincidence.
Therapy's not good for you. It's how they get inside your fucking mind. I ain't letting them do it to me.
If we can get a description, we can put an end to this.
I'm
Nope.
sorry, I can't.
It's okay, Erica. We understand.
Oh, I want to look at Hannah this time instead of the fox. Because I'm used to looking at the fox, and the fox has never done shit for me. The fox never does shit for me. So I want to look at Hannah. But I didn't do anything with it? Fucking, I can't get it to flip back. Please.
Your
I
mother
just wanna-
told me this
There we
place
go.
was her whole life.
Yeah, it's weird. I looked at
Work
Hannah, but I
here.
didn't do anything with her. What was the point of looking
Love
at Hannah?
here. And you here? Later. She died here. I'm so sorry, Erica. I should have been there for you. I should have done more.
I'll just understand for now.
We're not related. It wasn't your responsibility.
Your father was my best friend. You're his only child. There's no excuse. I'm sorry.
kind of a nice.
Come on.
It's a little bit of a nicer run.
We'll need these.
Still don't think you should be giving someone who's potentially unstable shears, but it's whatever. So that's what those called? No, I need to look that up. Clench it, baby. Clench it. No. Go back to 10 then. You just start saying this timer more. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to. I still have to read this. I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but now that I know more, that's. It lies not in the power to love or hate, for will in us is overruled by fate. When two are stripped long ere the course began, we wish that one should lose, the other win. That could mean something. That could... I mean, I'm reading into these things in potentially the incorrect way because I have these theories now. Oh, I think that's actually what those are called.
Your father had the oleander planted in your mother's memory. They were her favorite. They've always brought us luck.
Yeah, those are kind of... Yeah, the gardening shears. Wow, God, I'm
sorry.
Look at me go, people.
Sometimes
Look
the
at me
girls
go.
have difficult days.
But some of us like to keep it buried deep down inside.
Anna, I didn't think you'd be up. This is Erica Mason. She'll be staying with us for a while.
Didn't I bleed all over you this morning?
But yeah, sorry. Just to get the point across before I forget and talk over these people. Because I think Tobi's about to tell. Apparently, we go in the attic and talk to Tobi about shit if we can get this fucking right, which I think we can. Just gotta play it cool and then ask about what she's talking about. I believe is what we have to do. But that quote there on my mother's grave could, when it's saying, you know, we hope that one loses and the other wins, and splitting up to two parts or something like that, kind of makes me think of my multiple personality theory. Just throwing that out there.
Taking these to
That's all I'm
John
saying.
We're making perfume. Do you want to come?
Fuck off! What is wrong with you?
Or you could always go hang out with Tobi.
Actually, they're about to serve lunch. It's quite a spread. Why
Just
don't you
drawing
go
those
and grab
pictures.
yourself a bite and maybe meet some of the other girls?
Maybe I should check on Tobi.
No worries. I guess I'll catch you around.
Erica,
Sorry, Anna.
it's very good of you to go to her. Just remember that some of the girls here, they can be quite manipulative.
I mean,
just be careful.
Lucian has a good point. People, there are people who are pretty intelligent in mental health institutes and know how to manipulate those who they think they can get away with doing it.
What are you doing? Why are you following me?
Diffuse the situation.
Just came to see if you were okay.
I love her facial expressions. Still stand by that.
Is that it? It's lunchtime. Go and eat with the good girls.
Gotta stay cool. Gotta stay cool.
I'm not hungry. You're a tourist.
You don't know me.
This place has secrets.
Tell me about it.
You need to be careful or you're going to get hurt. What do you mean this place has secrets? Oh, I see. You're looking for adventure. Is that it?
Tobi, you're weird. But I like it.
Come with me.
Yes! We did it! Tobi! I want to be your friend. Okay, now we're getting to see something unique. Something we haven't seen before. Second unique thing we've had so far. I don't think I've seen this room.
Cozy, huh?
Oh, she's just stashing booze?
That's something I prepared earlier. What is it? deadly poison. Jesus.
I didn't want to refuse or deny.
It'll put hairs on your chest.
Why would I want that? Yeah, sure, I'll drink some, girl. Okay, I got crunked with you.
Is it true? Did someone send you that guy's hand in a box? You're only here because you're hiding out.
Yes.
Wasn't your dad some sort of genius doctor? Did he really set this place up with Lucian flowers?
Yeah?
Yes.
What about your mum?
I don't know. If anyone could tell me.
Glad she died here.
I mean, I don't want to confront or leave any of these questions.
Yeah, I guess so.
Open it.
Okay. I'll open it, shit. Uh-oh. What the fuck? How would she know about this? Look at the way she's looking at it.
Where did you see it?
It wasn't me. The girl who drew it, she died. She used to have these weird dreams.
Yep, taking us with that.
Falling from the sky. She got nosebleeds, then fits, and then she drew that.
What does it mean?
I don't know. She used to tell you stories. She thought there was a ghost, some woman locked in the basement. I didn't listen. Everybody thought she was crazy.
Talking about Mia right now, obviously. I'm just
She died.
throwing that shit back.
I found that. Go on.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm down, Toby. I'm down. Give me that. Been fucking down in my boots. Oh, show me something good. Show me something good. Answer some questions here, baby. Answer some questions here, Toby. You the best. You're the best, Tobes. What is it? I can't see it very clearly.
Do you see that? The symbol on the bottom. It's from an old temple at a place called Delphi. They used to get the women,
Butterfly,
drug them
goat-looking
out of their
thing.
minds.
I think that's the
So
deer.
they can make them see the future.
The fox. Yeah, she's talking about the future and shit. The bunny. So this is the entrance for this one, huh? For being Toby's friend.
The girls got sick. They had fits, seizures, and then they died. Just like my friend.
Oh.
You think they're doing something like that here?
I know how it sounds, but
I'm fucked up, dude. See how everything's getting blurred? It's hollow.
there's something behind there.
I'm getting fucked, dude.
Tunnel or something. Hey. You know how Granddaddy Flowers made his money? By trading futures.
Being friends with Toby means getting fucked up in an attic. Shit, dude. There's something romantic going on here.
Tired. You tired?
I'm already out, girl. You, I got fucked. I got fucked up. Huh. But yeah, I'm not gonna I'm out in the field again. Just like with Kirsty. Hannah's the only one where I don't end up in the field. Huh. I know, I hear your timer. Got shit going down here. No, save restart. Motherfucker. There's a string there. I don't know what that string means. This kind of makes a little bit more sense. Because I got fucked up and then ended up out there. But you think I would just wake up in the attic again. I wonder if this is going to give me extra options with Tobi like I did with Kirsty.
And look what the cat dragged in. Where the hell have you been? I've been looking everywhere. You've got mail. Looks expensive.
It's so pretty. Open it.
The other one makes a little less sense. Okay. Okay, focus here, people. First I should probably end the episode.